Hi, I'm Mark Kelly. Welcome to Ask Mark, where I answer your questions to help you become the best possible version of yourself. I want to share with you my insight from personal experience and what I've learned from my guest interviews to help you achieve your goals sooner and stand on the shoulders of giants. Hello, it's Mark Kelly here. Thank you very much for joining me today. This is episode number 8 of Ask Mark. A question comes in from today.
Hi Mark, Sarah here. I'm really enjoying your new podcast. I just wanted to ask you, have you ever had moments of self-doubt? And if so, how have you overcome it?
Thank you so much. That's a brilliant question. I think in life we all have moments of doubt, and ultimately that lingering doubt, we have to be able to turn it into a positive force in our life. And from interviewing people from all walks of life, I've seen that doubt can stop people in their tracks, and everyone can have doubt, right? It's just the reality of the situation. And sometimes our mind decides to split and take sides and kind of create a nagging sense of kind of internal conflict. And you kind of know what you need to do, but sometimes the doubt kind of makes it a lot harder to make those decisions. And sometimes you can be kind of terrified of actually doing the wrong thing or somehow ruining everything that you've been working so hard towards. And sometimes you don't want to say the wrong thing or make the wrong decision, but you also have to take the responsibility for the outcome of your choice. It might actually feel easier in a lot of cases not to choose at all. But what I'm actually learning is that when you don't choose at all, that's actually a decision in itself, and you have to be careful of that. So there's probably 3 pieces of advice that I'd offer to shut off doubt. The first would be nip it in the bud, shut it off, kill the Gollum voice before it starts to grow to be a big monster. Now, my friend Shane Craddock, he kind of coined the phrase the Gollum voice, and it's that kind of inner critic that kind of just starts to nab at you when things aren't going quite well or when you set out a big dream to do. So you want to make sure to kill that very, very quickly. Start a positive list. I started a positive list in April 2013, and what it basically is every morning I wake up, I write down 3 things that I learned or were positive in my life the day before. And I say things that I learned because sometimes there's going to be things where you don't necessarily get the feedback you want. But if somebody actually gives you feedback and you would notice a blind spot or you learn to do something differently, that is definitely a positive thing. Or you could have a positive thing, which is you missed a big downpour because you brought an umbrella, or you just found shelter, or maybe you got a clean pair of socks, or maybe you got onto the bus and you were just going to miss it, but the bus driver stopped for you. It could be something small like that. But when you get yourself in the mindset of thinking positively and writing down positive thoughts, when you have a setback, when I go through that positive list, it is so good to bring me back to go, well, look at all the positive things that we can do. Because sometimes we can dwell on the negative, even though we've got some great things that we've done and people say we've done some really, really good things. The next point I'd say is journal. So get all the monkey mind out of your head, put it on paper and look at it and say, well, this doesn't make any sense. That's that inner critic. Just get rid of it. But when you actually see it on paper, you can actually see it's so much bullshit. So remember, take action and get it down on paper, and you actually feel so much better. Finally, I'd say is sharpen the saw. Covey came up with this phrase, and it's talking about this personal development, growing every day. You're not going to be able to achieve a goal straight away, and the person that you are now is going to be completely different than the person in the next 5 years or 6 months or 12 months, because you're always going to be developing. And if you're always sharpening the saw, that doubt can be used to take you on a journey to the next level, and it can add as a bit of a catalyst to you going on that journey too. And actually, finally, I'd say, if you're feeling a lot of doubt, share it with your friends, share it with a counsellor, talk to people how you feel. You know, think about all the sports psychologists out there, for like people like Michael Jordan. They all had their own different coaches that they'd speak to. So you don't have to be an absolute elite athlete never to have doubt. Everyone's going to have doubt. It's natural. I hope this answers your question today. If it doesn't, please feel free to reach out to me and I'll get into more detail. I'm definitely going to send you out an Ask Mark t-shirt, and it's on its way to you. If you have a question or you'd like to be featured on the show, please check out www.wikn.co or message me on Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn or Instagram. There genuinely is no stupid questions, so please send them on. Now, today's quote is from Dale Carnegie. Inaction breeds doubt and fear. Action breeds confidence and courage. If you want to conquer fear, do not sit home and think about it. Go out and get busy. I absolutely love that quote. I think it is brilliant. If you found today's talk helpful, please like, share and comment this. And if you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe, and I'll send you on daily bite-sized chunks of inspiration. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.